Right, Nico, lovely to see you. Look, first off, how big is this game on Sunday?
Yeah, huge. Listen, every game now, last 5 games is huge. And of course, it's starting on Sunday. All the lads, obviously, these are the games you want to be a part of and involved in. And listen, we're going to have a game plan. We're going to stick to it. And hopefully we're the team coming away on Sunday with the 3 points.
Two similar teams, isn't it, Ryan, in terms of obviously not just where you're on the table, but I suppose teams that very, very passionate support bases, teams that are desperate not to be where they are right now. Everything around this game, kind of the noise around it as well from both sets of supporters makes it feel like a bigger game.
Yeah, I think too right, because like you say, two great sets of fan bases, and I think two really good teams that, like you say, should want to be fighting higher up the table. But we're in the positions we're in for a reason. I think for us players, it's just about shutting out that noise, using the experience that got us through last season, and just fully belief in our process and what we can bring to the game. Sort of shutting out that noise and just controlling the controllables.
How easy is that? I mean, that doesn't sound easy for most people, but obviously you're a Nottingham lad. This is your club. How easy is it to drown out that sort of noise?
No, it's not easy, but I think that's part of the job. We're paid for our performances and on the pitch and what we do day to day. There's always going to be noise, especially towards the end of the season where we are. But that's, if anything, that has to motivate us to try and give even more and perform even better. Because like I say, I think we're more than capable of matching any team in this division, and we have the quality in the dressing room to go there and get a win.
We sat down before the Luton game, and we were talking about, you're saying that the performances aren't that bad, and the little things you've been working on to try to improve sort of, the performances and make sure you see through the results. How difficult is that? Because obviously process takes time, but obviously results need now.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said before, our performances have been okay, but it's the results that has been killing us. But listen, it's not just gonna a little thing overnight where it's gonna all change. It starts on the training ground and then it leads on to the game, and that's where we need to be more focused than ever to see out these games and improve in that aspect of conceding late goals. But listen, like I mentioned before, these games now are all cup finals, and we have to give absolutely everything just to get these 3 points, no matter how it looks. And that's starting on Sunday with obviously a huge game. Hopefully we can be the one coming away from that stadium with the 3 points. I've mentioned before that draws now, they feel like losses to us. So our main focus now is coming into these games and trying to get these 3 points.
Right, obviously a lot has been spoken about sort of both clubs' fortunes in terms of with the points deductions and that kind of thing. As a player, I suppose it'd be quite an isolating experience, I suppose, because not many players know what that's like to feel like. I suppose, does it feel different coming up against a team that also probably have the same kind of frustrations, I suppose?
To be honest, I don't. For me personally, anyway, not really thinking about that. I'm just thinking about how we can, perform at our best. Like Nico just mentioned there, it's just fully focusing on ourselves, how we can, break them down. Like you say, for large parts of the season, they were really solid defensively. They had a difficult night the other night, but we know that's not their level, and we'll be expecting a big reaction from them. And we'll be expecting the best version of Everton, and that's what we're completely expecting, and we need to be at our top level if we are going to get something from the game.
It's going to be a hostile atmosphere, right?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, two massive, passionate fan bases. So yeah, it's going to be lively in the stadium, and it's going to be lively on the pitch as well. But like I've said before, the main focus, doesn't matter how it looks, is coming away with the 3 points and puts us in a much better position than we're in now.
And so talk to you about two players, if I may. First off, Morgan Gibbs-White. At times this season he's been magnificent. I think back at the Fulham game, for example, he's brilliant. Just how good is he, and have we seen the best of him yet?
Yeah, he's superb. He unlocks the door You know, and I think it's a pleasure to play with players like Morgan, because especially as a midfielder, him playing just ahead of me, he just always wants the ball, always available. Even if something doesn't work out, he never hides. And he's a great personality and great to have in the dressing room. And like you just said, there's more levels to Morgan for sure. And I think we all know that he's probably going to reach them because of his mentality. So let's enjoy him.
I suppose that's something we don't really see. But we don't see that side of the sort of mentality. What's he like that kind of separates him when it comes to mentality-wise?
I think for me, mainly on the pitch, just doesn't let mistakes, or if he's tried something, he just doesn't let it bother him. Doesn't let it affect his confidence. And he's a voice as well. He has high standards, and if people aren't at them standards, he will let you know. And I think you need players on the pitch who drive them standards. So now, full credit to his progression, and like I say, I think there's many more levels to come from him.
Second player I wanted to ask about was Murillo. Clearly a very talented defender, but obviously very different type of defender as well. What's he like to play with?
Yeah, he's obviously a young lad. What a player. He's someone for me as a right back, you would love partnering up with him as a centre back and have him in your defence line. Just because he's so good on the ball, he's so aggressive, quick. He has all the attributes to go on to be a top centre back. So yeah, he's helped us massively this year with his defending, attacking. Just hopefully one of these halfway line shots can go in on Sunday. But yeah, what a player.
I mean, that's the thing, right? This is a very talented team. I suppose you're looking at the way, not just obviously next 5 games to stay up, but also just to show, look how good we are.
Absolutely. I think we've shown on many occasions our quality. I think it's just that maybe it's the experience, maybe it's a bit of luck, who knows, but I think it's just trying to get over the line and get the results. I think a lot of us have grown in experience since we've come up to the Premier League. But look, you've got the likes of Murillo, Danilo, haven't played that many senior games, and the massive impact they're having in so many games. And look, like Neco said at the start, we're still growing, but it's that crunch end of the season where we have to all bring it together, our quality and our mentality to get us over the line.
You mentioned at the beginning of the interview about learning lessons from last season. Just wondered, what are you doing either differently, or what have you learned from last year to sort of obviously better equip you for this challenge?
I just think it's the experience throughout the group. Like last season was many of our first full seasons in the Premier League, and you have to learn quickly about the demands and how you get punished through mistakes. And I think it's just that general experience throughout the group, managing the game, certain situations in the game, whether to keep possession or maybe go a little bit more direct. I think it's just bringing that all together and leaning on our really experienced pros in the dressing room to hopefully get us over the line.
I was going to ask what it would mean, I suppose, to get those 3 points on Sunday, but I already know the answer, because you're like, we can't look too far ahead, right? Because you want to be really happy and relieved and excited, but I suppose then you think about the next game and the next game, because it's going to be a tight battle.
Yeah, listen, we take each game as it comes. Like I said, it starts on Sunday. Like I said, we're not going for a point, a loss. All focus is just on them 3 points. And hopefully when we get them, then we can move on to the next game.